Good day to you YouTubers. So glad to see you all. Today I'm in the forest getting ready to do a little prospecting. You see my sluice box behind me here. So today I'm following up on that last video. If y'all saw me, I was doing some test panning in a pay area, and you know what, it looked pretty good. And I'll come clean, I'll tell you the truth, I've sluiced that area about 5 or 6 times this month, and I didn't really record much of it. My bad, I'm sorry. But hey, we got a big total for the month. I think we're going to break some records. I think we're going to set some new benchmarks. But we worked our way back into the back, and I called that spot the mystery box. It was all coming up different. So I've been thinking about that ever since, trying to come up with an efficient plan. So the plan is, I'll have a sluice box. Pretty good little sluice box, RPE. It's almost 60 paces through 3 obstacles away from where the mystery box is. I'm not going to haul material that far all day. That's not going to happen. So my plan is to use the production claw to concentrate my material in a bucket, and then I'll just carry a bucket of concentrates and run it through the sluice and concentrate it even more. So that's the plan today. I hope it's a good plan. Let's go get our feet wet. So I'm down on the creek. So here's what I got today. I got a con bucket for later. There's my pack. I'm going to take my new shovel. I got the production pan, a bucket for concentrates, and a snuffer bottle in case I see something big enough I don't want to throw back. And I'm going to take my regular pans with me because I don't know how to do anything without them. No, the classifier might help, the extra dipper might help. We'll see. They're good tools to have around when you're prospecting. I went ahead and come over here and just threw the sluice in. I moved a couple rocks, set it up a little different. Didn't take much to get it looking pretty good. Once I throw a little material in there, I can see how that's going to flow and what I need to adjust on it. But that's looking pretty easy for the day. Nice. It is a beautiful early fall day here in North Carolina. It is a little warm and a little muggy. The bugs are chirping good. I got on my Lucky You Are a Gold glass necklace from the Glass People. I'm really looking forward to seeing a little bit of shiny in my pan today. It's a lucky charm right here. Speaking of lucky charms, you know that little leprechaun man that freaks out and runs around? That dude's got gold fever. That's why he acts like that. Alright, so I'm down at the spot here. Just wanted to record a little bit before I muck the water up. You can see it's quite deep over here. There's my hat. I thought the best gold was running in this area. There's a lot of large rocks in the center. I don't know if you can see any of them. Large rocks in the center, kind of indicating that under all that there could be some gold. So it's time to muck this water up, see if I can see any gold. First off, I'm just going to shake a pan from a spot that I think I should be digging to see if there's gold, and then I'm going to try to start concentrating some pans with the claw. Okay guys, here's that first test pan, and it really wasn't that dirty. It looked like a portion of that was maybe some tailings from me panning up here. But I still got one little decent flecky piece there, and maybe a total of 10. They're kind of spread around. Well, that's not too bad, but I think we can do better in this spot. But it could be hit or miss. I don't know how much of that was really material. Alright, here's another pan. It looks a little bit better. There's some 4 or 5 flecky pieces and some fines. I like that. But I call this the mystery box for a reason, because every shovel's a little different. My best tactic, now it's muddy, you can't see nothing, is going to be to move as much of this overburden to try to get down to some dirty material. And that's every time I've hit a little bit of dirt, mud, thick, and there's pockets of this bedrock clay is what I call it. It's almost like a gray-white clay, and the top crust of that is usually a real tasty spot. Alright guys, I've been concentrating a little bit here. Putting a little bit of material. Well, look at that pile of gold. Can you see it? What's wrong with you? Can't you see it? That big old pile of gold is right there. Don't you see it? Yeah, looks great. Maybe. Hey-o, checking in. Truthfully, I've been using both of those pans. I have 2 hours experience with the big gold claw production pan, and I might have 1,200 hours on just that one Garrett pan. Been using it for over 10 years, that one pan. So through that, I have built up my confidence by checking them and looking at them, the contents, and it's really hard to see the gold, but going back and forth, I think I'm confident now that I'm definitely getting the bulk majority of the gold and I'm not losing anything. So I'm going to start just rocking out some material. But I broke through a little bit and hit a slightly different color material, really dirty stuff I was looking for. I want to show you what I shook down. Here's that pan. I know we've seen more impressive pans in the past, but to know when your theory is right, that when you're thinking if you break through to get some dirty material, it's going to get better. I don't know if you can see that. To me, that looks pretty good. I don't know if you can see all the gold. Good number, good size. That's what we're looking for out here. So I'm going to start concentrating. Start recording now, I can't get material up. Hey, little fella. Go that way. I don't like you. Over. Good job. Some good looking stuff stuck to the shovel. There we go. That's cool. That's the biggest piece I've seen today. I'll flip you around and show you better. So here's those concentrates from the one pan. You just watched me break down, and it's catching the gold pretty good. Pretty happy with that. So I'm just throwing those concentrates right in the bucket, and I'm not swirling them back because I think I'm on it pretty good. It might add up like that. It's not 100 pieces per pan, but they're bigger. Hey, checking in. There's my pan. Can you see it? All right. So I've still been using my super sluice as I go. I use it if I pull up a shovel load that's big rocks and gravels, don't look like it's dirty, I'll throw it in there. Or if I pull up a scoop of material that looks completely different, I'll throw it in there too. Rock's kind of neat. So this was kind of a gray, sticky looking stuff that I threw in there. And there's a full pan right here, getting ready to be shook. Well, it started slow and it picked up, and I saw some flaky stuff, and I wasn't testing along the way. Lots of overburdening spots here. I'm going to move away from this and go do something else. I got my little bit of cons. I'm going to go run through the sluice and see how much gold we got. I think there's a little bit more gold here, but I did a couple test pans from what the material I can pull up now, and it's not good stuff. So I got to come back to this particular spot when I'm prepared to get waist deep and bring some claws and other tools like that, because to continue on here, either I'm getting bad ground or I'm going to get super wet, and I didn't plan to get up to my waist in water today. It's not good when you have to hike back out. You know what I mean. It only looks like about a gallon of con, so that won't take no time to run through the machine. So let's haul this all to the machine and run it through it, see what happens. Alright, I just got through running that 1 gallon or so of material. Just letting this clean out a little bit more. We're going to take a look at indicator plate. I am running it a little flat and hot and feeding it slow. I can see a lot of gold in there. I don't know if it's coming through on camera. One little piece of lead too. So it looks like it's time to pull this. Not much is cleaning out now. You can see the little bits flying. Well, that's not bad for about a gallon of material that I concentrated down. There's a lot of pieces of gold in there, and it's a little bit flakier and bigger than has been on this stretch. Now, can you imagine how that would have been if I would have got the 3 gallons I was going for? I guess I could just take off my clothes and go over there and start digging, but I ain't for that either right now. There's too many creepy crawlies still going on out here. So what am I going to do next? Guess I'm going to snuff this gold up and put all of it into the concentrate bucket and take me a drink break and figure out what my next plan is. Hey, I think I figured out something kind of fun to do for the rest of the day. I'm going to go up to the fine gold deposit, and I'm going to dig a fullest bucket as I can carry back down here, which would be that bucket full. and I'm going to time it. How long does it take for me to dig that bucket, bring it back down here, and run it through? Click that time. And I'm going to set that gold aside, or those cons aside. And then I'm going to set the sluice back up, and I'm just going to shovel onto it. I'm not going to classify anything for that same amount of time. And we're going to compare them. I think that sounds kind of cool. See what happens. All right, I'm all set up here, ready to start digging. I don't even have a pan with me. So I'm just going to fill that up and go down and sluice it. Let's mark that time and get to digging. Okay, it looks like I'm 12 minutes in. I hit a pocket where I was digging. Not too many huge rocks. Decent amount of gravels, a lot of organics, little bits of clay. But it was really easy to dig and quick to classify, truthfully. Some slight modifications to the setup here. That was a stick just went through. A lot of stuff in the water today floating. So I'm going to feed this through as quick as it'll go. And when I pick it up and clean it out, I will mark the time. And then I'll set that amount of time on a timer. So I do the same amount. I have a feeling that this material here is going to be way better than anything I dig from right within shovel's length of the front of this sluice box. Because kind of hit a pocket, it felt like. Could be completely wrong. Time will tell. In the pan. That was exactly 20 minutes. I was hoofing it. So I'm going to go ahead and shake. I didn't bring a safety pan or a backup pan other than that big claw. So I'm going to go ahead and shake this down and see how much gold's in it. We'll take a picture. And we'll do the same with the next and take a picture. We'll compare a picture so we don't have two pans side by side. I don't have two pans. So yeah, it does look like I hit a pocket of some heavies. I've already backwashed quite a bit of black sand out of this pan to get it down just this. I'm just going to tilt it back and we'll look at the gold. Well, it's not even showing up on camera. Okay, there we go. Now it's showing up on camera. It's quite a bit of gold. So I'm gonna, is that a red piece? I've been finding some of those lately. Really neat. So I'm gonna tap all this up and take a picture and start work on the next. Okay, here's that one bucket tapped up. Oh yeah, that's a good one bucket. It's hard to imagine I was getting pans better than that at one time. Man. Alright, I'm gonna snuff this up. Cons and cons. Set a timer and get to work. Getting close to the end of this 20-minute block, but I was really intrigued to see that this material looks so good. And you see thick, muddy sediment with larger gravels. I get excited. Alright, wonder how much gold's in there. There's definitely going to be some. Alright, here's that run where I just shoveled into the sluice. And it was just wishful thinking, guys. As much as I'd like to just not have to carry those buckets down, this is far smaller gold, far less of it. That's still not bad though. You know, there's a lot of count there. That wasn't that much material. Probably wasn't a whole bucket when she took all the rocks out of it. Like if I'd have classified what I was digging, it's hard digging there. A lot of rock. That's not too bad. Well, dang, that was the fattest little water snake I ever seen. He's taking a little nap. Hey, that's it for the day, guys. Appreciate all of you coming along and watching the video. I appreciate all of you. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want. I got a lot of stuff coming out. Look for me on Patreon. We're giving away gold and a lot of great prizes. It's a lot of fun. You should come on over. There's not that many there, so your chances are still really high of winning. We're going to keep mixing it up how the selection process is picked until we pick one that really works for us. So, till next time, get in the creek. and get some more gold. But let's look at this snuffer.